You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Highland. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. What a month.
We're going to have troops everywhere.
What a year.
President Trump has ordered 2,000 National Guards into the city.
America is bracing for retaliation by Iran.
What a day.
There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is.
What the fuck? Seriously.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
You know, every morning, grabbing your phone is like cutting the red wire on a bomb.
Drop the phone!
And speaking of bombing, our president bombed Iran. You know, the guy that said he would never start any wars.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
The guy who said he would end the war in Ukraine in one day.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. And it will take me no longer than one day.
150 days ago. And you dummies bought it.
Are you a fan of the First Amendment?
Absolutely. You know, the right to bear arms. Look, this is...
That's not the First Amendment.
No, the Fourth Amendment.
Well, that guy, the chump of chill, the coward of calm, the pumpkin of peace, decided to bomb another country. You know, like Jesus. So here we are. And how did we get here? Because of Obama's Iran deal, which was signed and agreed upon. We had Iran not only stopping their nuke program, they were letting us inspect their nuclear sites and inviting us to get together and play frisbee golf at the Ramadan picnic. We were headed towards a better, more peaceful world. With B-Rock and Grandpa Joe, then the burnt umber human man boob got reelected. But did he get reelected? And now we have a war in Ukraine still. We've bombed Iran, who is at war with Israel. And nuclear rivals India and Pakistan are still chest bumping like 8th graders. So the no war...
You're gambling with World War III.
...president can't end the wars he said he could.
And it will take me no longer than one day.
And has started a new one. It's perfect! You know, but at least he destroyed the Iran nuke program. Nope. According to intelligence reports, the Iranian nuclear program was set back only a few months, which Kim Jong-un took as an insult. He said
it was devastating. They obliterated.
And then he compared the attack to Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
It was so devastating, actually. If you look at Hiroshima, if you look at Nagasaki.
How does he find a new way to say the worst thing every day?
Very, very large brain.
When told that the nuclear program wasn't that damaged, he said, the press is trying to make me look bad. He also said, our intelligence is stupid. So here's what the science says. The bunker buster bombs used in the attack are supposed to go 200 feet down before they explode. However, that depends on what kind of soil. It depends on what kind of rock they're dropped on. It depends on the cracks in the rock that may divert the bomb somewhere else. It depends. So is the guy who wears Depends lying? Definitely. And here's how you know it didn't work. The Iranians have announced that there was so much damage to our nuclear program. We don't know if we could ever build a nuke now. The good news is the Middle East is a place where no one ever holds a grudge. They just let things roll off their backs and don't plot revenge since 1200 years before Christ. It'll be fine. So 150 days in with the anti-war, anti-military intervention president.
Knock the crap out of him, would you?
Trump just got America knee-deep into Israel's and Iran's war. And for that, he wants a prize for peace.
They should give me the Nobel Prize. I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. They won't give me a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
I feel insane. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. I can't even write this shit. Like, how? I just gotta report what happened, and it's literally in joke form. Holy shit. Like, so, it's literally, he speaks like George Orwell. Like George Orwell. Fuck. What's so fuck? Fuck. Motherfucker. Fuck. Hi, everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast, Armageddon Update. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander. I didn't do it.
Listen, that was very close.
There
could be only one.
I caught myself. He shook me off like, don't German me again. I don't know why I did that. So we have, it's been 6 weeks since we were here last. Now, I know it's only been 4 or 5 days, but it feels like 6 weeks. We have gone through starting a war with Iran, having a ceasefire, having them violate the ceasefire, having Trump get mad. We destroyed their nuclear problem. Then the intelligence said we didn't destroy their nuclear program. And then Trump said, yeah, we did. You don't know. Like, I don't know. I've never seen a president tweet out and argue like an educator. You don't know. Nuh-uh. Like
with himself.
And
he
then
contradicts himself.
I just watched Hegseth go off on a reporter who goes, if we didn't do anything, and the intelligence is saying that we didn't really destroy their nuclear program except stop it for 3 months. Let me tell you about the pilots and the refuelers on that trip. You will never he goes, you in the media. Motherfucker, you're from Fox News.
That is your entire qualification.
Like you actually worked for the place that got almost $1 billion fine for lying, and you have the ball. Maybe it's a good reason because he knows exactly how accurate he is about it because he's a liar.
He knows how to bullshit.
I am. Peace Through War is the name of the Armageddon Update. It's the most like Orwellian thing, and he wants a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh yes,
he bombed.
That's all he cares about.
He bombed countries, and
because Obama got one.
Yeah, but
that's all he cares about. He got his Time magazine cover.
Can we talk about why Obama got one? Obama got a peace prize because he sat down with the Iranians, got them to say, "All right, we're not going to build nukes anymore," and then we were like, "All right, okay, I hear you, but we want to send dudes in every couple of months and look," and they went, "Okay."
Yeah.
He got the Nobel Peace Prize because he did it without bombing anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't start a war.
And then Trump reversed that agreement.
He stopped it. Yeah. People keep forgetting that. People. Okay, there's a couple things people forget. And I want you to remember this when it comes to this asshole currently as president. Number one, we had an agreement with Iran. We had an inspectable, verifiable agreement that was being verified pretty much every 3 months. That they were not running centrifuges. They were not enriching uranium for a bomb. They were going to have a nuclear plant because they wanted energy. Mm-hmm. We allowed them that, but we were verifying that they weren't doing it. When Trump got elected, he killed that agreement. It's over. So then what happens is Iran started building nukes again. Mm-hmm. They started working on a nuclear program again. So he started it. Now, I also want to point out this. Currently, right now, we have people who've been here for 20 years who have businesses, who have children who are in the military, getting beaten to shit up by ICE, getting their asses handed to them for no reason while they're doing their American job.
Getting pulled off the job they're doing.
Yeah, and he sent one of his Marine kids to do it. And I want to point out that we had a border bill done. Yeah. A bipartisan border bill was finished. And Trump tweeted out, hey, man, don't pass this. So
it's almost as if he wanted to break all those things so that he could make it worse and then
exactly what he
pretend that he's fixing it.
That's what Gavin said. Gavin said so he can be the hero in his own Marvel movie. He created all of the destruction, and now he's going to fix it. Except he can't fix it. And what they did to that man made me sick. Makes me sick.
Which man?
The guy that they arrested off of the job at IHOP.
There was Ray calls me. I rarely, because we do this, Ray and I keep up with the news a lot, and I rarely get a call with that much distress from Rachel, where she's like, I can't take this anymore. I'm so furious. They basically, so this guy Alejandro Barranco. Alejandro Barranco. Okay, so he was working, he had his job at IHOP as a contract with IHOP.
He has his own company.
Landscaper, his own company. He has been here how long?
30-something years.
30 years.
3 sons who are all Marines.
3 kids who are citizens in the Marine Corps.
2 active duty.
2 are active duty.
Mm-hmm. And have served in wartime.
I'm not going to repeat it because I'm repeating everything she said. We can hear it. We can hear it the first time when she says it.
Wait. So
I have a massive head.
I have a massive head
with extra hair going up.
And look at these teeth.
I have massive teeth. I paid for these though. I was like bigger.
I buy him apples.
It makes me stand on the other side of a fence. So we've got this guy who's literally doing everything the country was designed to be. A country of immigrants. We are a country of immigrants. You come here and live your dream. Yep. He started his own business. Then he gave his sons up to go into the military to protect our lives. And they beat the shit out of them. These fat fuck. I'm looking at these ICE agents on TV. You know what I haven't seen? Anybody who's in good shape. I've seen these. You know what they all look like? They all look like, it's like the cast of Wall-E that was in the, came down and became ICE. I saw one. Bread. Yeah, a lot of bread. There's definitely there's a lot of Olive Garden going down. More bread. Why? Because we're saving the country.
Who's the cook? Get him.
So I watch. So and you want people that are doing this to be trained, right? Mm-hmm. I'm watching video today. I turn it on, and there's a guy. A lady's filming. She's filming. They're beating the shit out of someone else, and this guy just takes his station and goes.
To the person filming.
Yeah, but it's
so this guy Alejandro is 48. He's like 5'6", very small man.
Right.
Not, you can watch the video. Not fighting. Not
a threat.
Holding a weapon. They say he assaulted them with a weed whacker. Not in the video. They pepper sprayed him, dislocated his shoulder,
kept beating him.
Randomly, like the fat guy out of nowhere just leans forward while two other guys have him and just punches him. And then his son's, the Marine, says that 24 hours later, he's in the same clothes, hasn't gotten medical treatment.
Blood still on him.
Blood all over him, and hasn't had water, food. And they've declined to say whether or not they had a warrant, because they didn't. That's the new thing. They don't need warrants for this. They don't get due process. It's like, this just has absolutely made me sick.
This has got to be like a bunch of fucking Proud Boys that they just
it looks like
it hired these guys.
It is the most inept group of fucks I've ever seen to do any arresting. Can I say this? This is exactly what the Nazis did. Mm-hmm. Pre-World War II. This is exactly what they did.
They clearly don't care about. So he's been here 30 years.
He's
got a
working.
business. He runs a business, which means he's got an LLC or he's
paying taxes.
He's
he
got so much.
Doesn't have an LLC, but
his children
he's paying taxes.
right, okay,
paying taxes.
But there's so much paperwork like behind him that's been filed. We know where he is. He doesn't have Social Security. Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he does. Okay, so he's been issued a government number.
Yeah.
This is all about, we just need reform. That's all this is.
It's not only that. It's, you said you were going to arrest criminals and MS-13.
Rapists.
And
murderers.
And all of the above. And what instead you're doing is arresting a landscaper from the lawn of IHOP.
Who currently has a contract with IHOP.
They don't
paperwork.
use contracts.
You know what I'm saying. He shows up every week and does it.
We didn't sign a contract with our gardener. But they took 6 people waiting for the bus in Pasadena in the morning, waiting to go to their babysitting, housekeeping, landscaping jobs. That's who they're taking. Now at least we're protesting it, but now they have non-public data ICE has shared with people outside the agency, which was later shared with the Cato Institute, shows that ICE has primarily detained people with 0 criminal convictions of any kind,
3%.
Let alone for serious offenses. ICE is now not responding to multiple requests for comment by NBC News.
This is all Stephen Miller.
One more thing. I want to point this out. So remember when he said, we're going to go after the murderers, the rapists, and then he brought up that woman that got they had one big case for the woman who got raped and murdered, and they didn't have a whole bunch. You'd think they would have had a whole bunch, but they had one.
The Laken
Riley? Yes, that's it. So, and it's horrible, by the way. Yes. And any time a crime happens. So in the time that this has happened, and he said he was going to arrest criminals, they have labeled and listed 13,000 possible murder suspects that were Hispanic immigrants, illegal immigrants. They have arrested 712, and in that time of those people, 840 something white guys have murdered people.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
only 7% or slightly less of all of the people that have been brought into ICE custody have been convicted of either violent or property crimes.
right, most of them like 93% have zero criminal record, right? So 93% of the people they're arresting have zero criminal record. They are our neighbors. They are our friends. They're people that work for us. They're the people that build unpermitted sheds in our backyard that we need. For God's sakes, do you want to deal with bureaucracy? No. You want a guy. I need a guy that can steal my cable for steal cable or hook up and fix my satellite for $50. That's what I need.
No, that is not what these people do. That is not even funny. That is not funny.
You're not helping the case.
It's people like Rosa, who her daughter just graduated from UCLA with a 4.2.
In what? Yeah. In what?
Oh, she's going to be a pediatric neurosurgeon.
She's going to be. She's a brain surgeon. Like Rosa's
we don't need
daughter.
Those.
Rosa's daughter. Here's how the closest.
Daughter is a dreamer.
We helped with somebody because we was like, she's going to be a brain surgeon. We need doctors. She's a dreamer. And so we've got all these people.
She's been to the White House twice to talk about being a dreamer. Rosa now has a green card. Rosa is a legal citizen, but now is terrified
because she's
driving
brown.
around from job to job. And that's what she said, because I'm brown.
Yep.
And because they're arresting people at their immigration hearings who are going through the legal process.
You can't do it any better.
No,
you can't do it. You can't. Yeah. We want you here legally. I'm fucking at the courthouse.
I mean, exactly what you said for me to do.
I was here. I have papers.
They arrested the Afghani guy who assisted us.
Yep.
In the war, the longest war ever.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
They arrested him at his immigration hearing, and they're detaining him, possibly to send him back. You think he's going to survive very long if they send him back to Afghanistan after helping the U.S.?
Let me say it again. You kept saying, yeah, we want immigration, but we want it done legally. They were doing it legally.
They're lining up to do it.
And they're showing up to their court dates. And you are arresting them while they're doing it legally.
Yep.
You're full of shit.
Rosa said she drives around feeling like she
shit.
doesn't have her paper. Like she said, like, I don't have papers. She's
but
so
again,
scared.
right back. This is what the Nazis did. Can I have your papers?
Yep.
Except these guys are like, can I have your papers? Oh shit, I can't read them.
It's more like a Stephen Miller, fucking Dracula, asking it because he set an unreachable number, and then he apparently just said, "Is this what they say?" I don't think it is because it's been reported on all these every mainstream.
3,000 a day they were supposed to.
3,000 a day,
which is insane.
First of all, ICE is running out of money. Right? They can't even properly do it because they're going after people they aren't supposed to be going after.
But the thing is, that's what happens when you set a quota system. When you say you tell the voters we're going to arrest, we want the criminals and the bad people.
Just to hit a number.
1,000% we all agree with that. We're all like, all right, you know what? If you're here legally and you're a criminal, man, we want you gone.
Yep.
If you're here illegally and you've been part of our society for a long time, people forget that Reagan gave 11 million undocumented workers amnesty. Ronald Reagan, their conservative Jesus, said, well, 11 million of you get back to the lawnmowers. That's what he said.
That's not all.
I'm just saying.
You're making me uncomfortable.
I live in my body.
They went back to court over Kilmar Abrego Garcia. They are trying to halt the U.S. Magistrate Holmes ruling. In support of its own argument, the DOJ said in a court filing yesterday that if he were released from criminal custody and moved to ICE custody and then deported from the United States, the prosecution would lose the meaningful opportunity to try its case, and this would cause irreparable harm to the public. So all the players in that statement are the government. So to recap, let me just lay it out for you.
Fighting the government right now?
Yes.
Holy shit.
The government, let's start from the beginning. The government illegally sent Abrego to El Salvador last March, then resisted court orders from every level of the judiciary to facilitate his return, until finally getting him back into the country this month. And now, having chosen to bring criminal charges against him, he pleaded not guilty. The government suggests that it would somehow be beyond its control if the government, wound up deporting him again, and that effectuating such a speedy deportation would cause irreparable harm to the public.
Wow, that is a dog chasing its own fucking tail.
What the fuck has happened to us?
Shit, seriously.
By the way, that when I hear shit like that, it's the one thing that gives me a tiny shred of hope. Because I realize, you guys can break it, and if you're breaking it to try to show you can fix it, we're pretty clear you can't fix it.
Yeah. What's that thing where it's like a loop that just keeps looping?
Yeah, a
like
Mobius
this?
strip.
That's it. Mobius strip.
Infinity. 8, the number 8 also is the same.
A racetrack.
Also Marty at 88. That's why it went at 88, because it's 2 infinities.
Oh, I thought it was 85. See, I don't remember anything.
No, it came out at 85.
You cannot go through time.
That's
You
why.
cannot go back to the future at 85. You crash into the terrorists. You don't know
the
movies.
Libyans. I know that movie.
Yay!
I just remember them screaming, "It's the Libyans!" And I remember growing up so scared of Libyans, but I didn't know what that was. I just knew they had machine guns and stuck out of the top of a minivan.
Here's how
it was a Volkswagen bus, which made it really worse.
Yeah.
That is not scary.
Yeah, they weren't the toughest. We have. I'm going to point out how far back this same bullshit thing goes back. When I was a kid, when the Reagan became president, and they had the Iranian hostages before Reagan, but during that election year, I had a Mickey Mouse T-shirt. It was Mickey Mouse giving the finger, and it said "Fuck Iran," and I used to wear it to school.
Your dad let you wear that?
No. It said "Hey Iran." It said "Hey Iran," and it was Mickey Mouse flipping it up. Because it said, "Hey," it didn't say "fuck."
Yeah, but it looked cute though, because Mickey has a little glove,
and he was like,
"So it was fine."
Your dad let you wear that?
Yes,
wow.
He thought it was funny.
He probably bought it for
you.
you.
Yeah, probably bought it for me. So this goes back. That's 1983. All right, that goes back to 83, 84, even before that. Reagan 80 goes back to 79.
Yeah,
that was when the hostage crisis was. So we are now 45 years into the same bullshit with the Middle East, and Netanyahu's been trying to attack Iran for 30 years.
Yeah.
Didn't Clinton say something about it? Yes, Clinton said that he's been always trying. Mm-hmm. So the last 3 or 4 presidents, Netanyahu has tried to get them to attack Iran. Now, I get it. Listen, if we had a country that was saying, "I think all Americans need to die,"
it's Canada now.
They're saying that in Canada now. Americans should be erased from the earth. I get you're going to want to fuck with those people. However, the Iranians have such an oppressive regime. The people hate them. They can't get going. I just don't know what we're doing. I don't know. And he kept saying it was obliterated. Well, I saw the pictures. We should put them up. Well, I think we put them during the Armageddon update, where you could see the bunker buster bombs. There's the holes, but there's no smoke coming out of them. There's nothing. There's no damage. It looks like
L.A. It's just
not even.
He sent the National Guard in before they even got there.
It looks like Central California, where there's just fucking nothing. It looks
Bakersfield.
If this really stresses you out, and or you're losing sleep, and or having body pain from it, this episode brought to you by CBDistillery, because you need this.
So calming. So calming.
I actually need to order more of the sleep gummy one.
Yes.
That's the one that they have now, where they added THC.
Tiny bit of THC.
Tiny bit.
Yes, some good dreams.
You have deep sleep. Yeah, it's really good. And it helps me stay asleep, which is also difficult.
Yes.
Instead of waking up every 30 minutes.
Or exactly at 3 o'clock on the dot.
Every night.
Yes.
3
It's
o'clock.
crazy.
Why? But then Jen said she wakes up at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I did some research into it, and it seems that
our hormones are all catcalling each other.
Yeah, wait a minute, you guys are on a wireless network. You guys are on literally ovarian wireless.
90% of customers report better sleep with CBD. It actually works. It's not just sleep. CBDistillery has targeted formulations for pretty much everything. Like I said, sleep, stress, mood and focus, pain after exercise. They even have CBD for pets, so your little buddies can have CBD, which we have a bottle of. It's made with highest quality, clean ingredients, no fillers, just premium CBD, which I also love about that. 2 million plus satisfied customers, and they give you 100% money back guarantee. I can tell you that I love the CBD oil. I do that at night. with a melatonin tablet, or I do the sleep gummy because I believe the sleep gummy has. I do too. It's got all of it in there together,
and it also tastes like it's a gummy. Well,
the new THC gummies definitely taste like they have THC in them. I was like, oh, because the other gummies that they had before that were just CBD were like they tasted like gummies,
candy.
And so you have to be careful not to eat too many. But the new ones, they made sure.
No, I'm not saying do not use them as dessert.
Yeah,
they put it like that battery taste on for babies. Is that what they did?
Do you know the THC taste that's a little bit like an ashtray, like a little? Do you remember?
A tiny bit green.
Yeah,
it's a tiny.
Like when you used to make brownies in high school or whatever, it's got that little bit of taste. It's a familiar taste, but they work really, really, really work. Also, we have the little packets. They're like this big, and they're CBD powder, and I put those in our smoothies or in my shake with AG1.
Sometimes my coffee in the morning, I wonder why am I so chill?
My coffee not working?
My coffee is this coffee? How come?
So for a limited time, you can save 25% off your entire purchase. Go to CBDistillery, use promo code Titus. That's CBDistillery, DISTILLERY.com, promo code Titus, CBDistillery.com. I quite enjoy that product. And I'm out of that one gummy. So I'm actually, while you guys are talking, I'm going to go order.
I actually think, didn't one of our family members kind of burn through those too?
Yes. Also, Axios has just found out and reported that Stephen Miller is actually financially benefiting off of this immigration crackdown that he has created.
Now, however, he did. I looked into this because I always want to attack these fuckers. He bought the stock in Palantir during the Biden administration.
Of course, you don't think this was the plan all along?
Of course, it was with 2025. But remember, he said that all of this shit. I don't know. Project 2025. I don't even know what that is. He lied.
So he has a stake in Palantir, that company that we told you about that just got a no-bid $30 million contract to develop a program called Immigration Lifecycle Operating System, or Immigration OS, which allows ICE to target and surveil migrants in real time.
They're on track to get another $150 million too from the government.
Perfect.
He also has stock in Wrangler jeans and Olive Garden bread.
Oh wait, he is
these guys. Yes,
actually, since Trump took office, Palantir has received more than $113 million in federal spending, and it stands to receive at least $795 million more.
$1 billion.
All said and done, almost $1 billion from Trump.
Can we also point out that Palantir and 4 other tech guys got sworn in as colonels?
That blew lieutenant colonels,
dude. I'm telling you,
colonels for what?
Lieutenant colonels,
all right.
in the military.
This is some mob shit.
Yes,
colonels and lieutenants,
because
tech people.
They've not in the military. Have never been in the military, and they got sworn in, and the rank is colonel, lieutenant colonel, which is really high up there. I don't know if it's a
Palantir exec, a Meta exec, and
Skynet.
an OpenAI exec. All became lieutenant colonels
without going to the military, without going to boot camp, without doing anything.
It was a creation of a special unit created for rich big tech mavens seeking military leadership roles. Creation of Detachment 201.
Yeah, because that's who I want. I want Zuckerberg running some of
It's Detachment 201, otherwise known as Executive Innovation Corps.
Project Adventure.
And they're actually in fatigues
the EIC
and boots.
It's called
getting sworn in.
Ick.
Hegseth tweeted that he's thrilled to welcome 4 brilliant minds from the tech sector to the U.S. Army.
Oh my God.
They didn't do anything. They just got sworn in.
Palantir, oddly enough, is by far the S&P 500's top performing stock of the year. It's up 80% since the beginning of the year.
How many movies have people not seen? The warnings have been there.
Dude,
every Iron Man, every Terminator,
every dystopian, every superhero movie, every dystopian movie, every sci-fi movie.
Never goes well.
No, this always gets like. Let's put the genius guy in charge of everything.
Yeah.
No, and then I'll be back. Then we're fucked. We're just fucked.
DOJ is now suing Washington State over their law that requires clergy to report possible child abuse.
Well, it's about fucking time.
Okay, so I follow this. Something I follow on Threads. Follow me on Threads by at Titus Nation. Please follow me on Threads.
Follow me on Instagram, Ray Bradley,
and follow me on Instagram too.
I've taken to
Titus Nation.
posting stories all the time instead of posts, so they just go away. So it's less commitment and less responsibility.
Which is all you. It's all you really want in life.
Thank you.
And it's basically all these people that get busted for whether it's either whether they get
he's uncomfortable all of a sudden and he's not looking at me.
Or they get busted
See?
for
there you go.
pedophilia,
Yes.
keeping pictures of the naked kids, kids sexual, and I follow because it's just so you know, look at it. It's never a drag queen. Mm-hmm. It's always a Republican, a youth pastor, or a preacher, or a sheriff,
or a priest.
Every single time,
or a Boy Scout.
So
leader.
Isn't it funny that Matt Gaetz was the one vote on they were trying to stop human trafficking, and Matt Gaetz was we don't want to stop that, and now we got the administration. Washington goes, the priests have to report any kind of. It's
just a mandated reporting law.
Yeah, just report that if our priests are raping little kids. I don't understand.
What world are we living in?
But what stance is that? What do you no, come on. It's just a little on the
Catholic
side.
Priests of their fundamental right to freely exercise their religious beliefs as guaranteed by the First Amendment.
What?
It says that
What
punishment for directly violating the sacramental seal of confession is excommunication.
What religion is
the
touching boys?
Archbishop
What is the name of
has
that
already threatened to excommunicate any priest who follows the law and violates the confessional. So if someone confesses to you as a priest that they have been raping this child, all Washington is saying is you're a mandated reporter. I'm a mandated reporter now because I was sworn in by the court. You have to
tell them that a kid's being hurt.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But that would violate that person's right to confession.
There has never been a clearer time in my life where organized religion needs to stop.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
When you see what they want, they don't pay taxes.
Yep.
They
have the fanciest buildings.
I disagree.
No,
I think people who bastardize, lie, manipulate, and use religion for personal gain needs to stop.
But
How about that?
But that's a heavy percentage of them. I mean, how many?
Well, that's who you see in the news. Nobody's reporting Grandma Jean delivering Meals on Wheels at 89.
I'm not talking Grandma Jean. I'm not talking about the good people that
if it bleeds,
worship.
It leads.
I'm not talking about the good people that worship. I'm talking about the people that have the 45 Ferraris and the $17 million mansion. I'm talking about the Catholic Church who has all the art.
Yes.
Period. As end of sentence.
Yeah.
They have all the art. They are worth trillions of dollars. And yet they are not living by the tenets that they preach. They're not living by the tenets of how to treat children. They're not living by the tenets of how to treat your fellow man. They're not living by the tenets of any of the Bible. And yet we continue to give them tax exempt status. And my problem with that is, imagine how much these churches make. Okay, so Joel Osteen makes $27 million a year.
Well, he became wealthy from his books becoming bestsellers and then being translated into 85 languages around the world.
But that's not how he bought that arena. That's not how he bought that arena. So if he makes, all right, let's say if he makes $30 million a year, his salary, and he's not taxed on it because he's a church, 30% would be, he would owe $10 million to the government. Now,
and you could solve.
He does not receive a salary from Lakewood Church.
Okay.
His income is from book sales.
I kind of like.
He used to get $200,000 annually as a pastor, but stopped accepting that in 2005.
So it's all his money is his books.
His personal money is. He's written several bestsellers that I know got translated into all kinds of languages all over the world.
Then I retract my statement.
He wrote.
I don't mind listening to Joel.
What did he? Didn't he write Your Best Life? Oh, he's got a lot of them. The Power of I Am, Become a Better You, Your Best Life Now, The Power of I Am Part 2. It's like he's got a bunch of books.
Is any of them about don't put the
did very well?
They've never been in trouble for that. His church has never been in trouble for messing with kids. I'm just shocked at the level of wow, how evil is this administration? I've never
It's pretty
really
pretty
believed
bad.
in an evil presence before, but I watch these people not have any morality, not have any honesty, not have any empathy, and I it's over and over again. And then the people that they're hiring, again, I go back to these guys that were beating the shit out of that guy the other day on the street. I'm like, there's 4 fat, doughy dipshits beating the hell out of one 5'6" man. And I thought, and not doing it well. Like that, you could tell. You say what you will. When you see someone trained deal with it, Navy SEALs, well-trained LAPD taking someone down, they look like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
These guys just look like a bunch of bullies.
A lot of these guys are HSI, which is the investigative arm of Homeland Security. They are trained to do long-term investigations of international drug smuggling and Diddy. HSI took down Diddy and pedophilia, child sex trafficking, and now they have been deputized because they are technically under ICE to go act as ICE immigration enforcement agents.
Let me ask you this, because you know this. What happens if they take all? What happens to all those investigations that HSI was doing that was actually taking down real criminals?
I don't know anything.
So, guys, if they take the Homeland Security investigators and they make them go arrest people who are mowing lawns, those Homeland Security investigators were investigating possible terrorist cells. They were investigating possible people that were trafficking children. They were investigating, and all those investigations got stopped,
got closed,
so they could go arrest
Pulled them all off
Rosa.
the jobs.
So they could go arrest someone who's a citizen that they want to send to another country. The problem is with all of this right now is in the past we've had 3 different branches. Any one of these things that we've talked about today would have brought down how many administrations?
Yep.
Oh God, this whistleblower report that just came out.
Right.
That
Beauvais.
Emil Beauvais actually told other people in the DOJ to say "fuck you" to the Supreme Court when they ruled against the administration.
Just do it anyway.
That would have been the end of someone. Someone would have had to move out of the state.
Yep.
Like out of the states.
Yep.
Go to another country. Yep. And instead we're just like, well, that's
just another day.
This episode brought to you by HelloFresh, one of my all-time favorite companies. I love this company because it makes eating well, eating good food, eating healthy food, and getting it done quickly without having to go to the store easy.
And surprisingly good.
Surprisingly.
Every time I get a meal from HelloFresh, I'm like, this is surprisingly tasty.
And sometimes we're skeptics when we see it because you can go choose your own every month. I do every week. I do every week for 4.
Right.
So that then we hypothetically should have leftovers the next day.
Yeah, sometimes we don't because it's surprising.
It really is.
Not sometimes.
Ken never has.
Ken always
Ken gets the 4 for himself and eats it all that night. All 3.
It's that good.
And I do it 3 times a week. So we get a box. It's got 3 paper bags in it.
You can read what's
separated
in it.
by the recipe. I go pick, but sometimes I have forgotten to go choose. And that's why we have been skeptics and shocked every time.
Even you said that we've got the order and you've gone, oh no, I forgot to write. I forgot this was coming today. Yeah. And we look at it and I'm like, well, try this. And we try it, and every single time is it good? We have not had one. We've had more shockers than anything. So, right, it's summertime. You want more time to be outside and hang out with your family. Also, sometimes I specifically choose meals for like during the summer when the kids are coming over, so we can sit outside and it's more like a summery kind of meal. You can do things like panko crusted chimichurri barramundi. But like, also, what? You're not doing that by yourself. But also, you don't have to invent so you and I have this conversation all the time. I'm at the shop working, she's at home. Hey, what do you have for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What are you gonna? I don't know. If you go, we're having this. We're having panko crusted. They also now have hundreds of seasonal snacks, sides, and treats, and they have new ready-made meals. This is how did HelloFresh get better? This is how. They're heat and go meals that are chef-crafted, flavorful, ready in 3 minutes. What? I know.
I'm listening.
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So now I have to
Super
go
in.
back and change my order. Like a Southwest chicken bowl? Come on. That sounds like something you would love. Stir-fried udon with pulled pork and veggies.
Just to walk out of
What?
the house with $3 million.
Summertime, baby. This is giving you your time back to go do nothing. And you don't have to go to the grocery store. And you get to choose from over 60 recipes every week. And now they have those ready-made meals. So make your summer enjoyable and delicious. Sign up for HelloFresh at HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM. You will get 10 free meals with a free item for life. That's HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM for 10 free meals and a free item in every box. HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM. 1 per box with an active subscription. Free meals applied as a discount on the first box. New subscribers only, and it varies by plan. Those
I was looking at you. I'm looking at the ad.
The slow blink.
It's the worst.
Boo.
By the way, it's the worst. I live with it. I live with it. And every once in a while just, and you're just like, I want to kill
the
myself.
eyelashes make it better.
It almost
really,
feels like something.
some
Yeah,
wind.
yeah, exactly. And then the wind from
It's
the
just like
eyelashes.
this.
The wind. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Is. That's exactly what it is. All right, what do you? The slow burn. What did it?
Apparently, Trump and his little True Social situation causes OPSEC trouble. It has been leaked. Internal discussions surrounding the order to bomb Iran, that military officials were communicating with each other and saying the biggest threat to OPSEC that the planning faced was him.
Yep.
Truthing everything in real time. It
We've
endangered
never
their
had
lives.
this. We have a guy who's doing policy. So the ceasefire, he declares bombs, ceasefire on. Anyway, I've ended the war forever.
And everyone
Really?
was like,
You've
what?
ended the Middle East wars forever. Do you know anything about the Middle East? Like, I just brought up since 80.
Yes,
Since
exactly.
79.
Since zero. Right, exactly.
Since zero. Since 1200 years before zero. Did you know that? They were fighting. Israel was fighting in Jerusalem. It's 1200 years before Christ.
Since Pangea. Since
shit-
it was
yeah,
another. Since
there was a.
the
In the beginning, there was fighting in the Middle East, and then the word. That's how that
Yes.
goes. That's how the Bible starts. So, that he had the balls to go, I've ended it. He goes, how long do you think it's going to last? Forever. You fucking asshole.
And this is how we got the word fuck on daytime, primetime news.
And I love the news that everyone ran it. Everybody ran it. So here's what he did.
Tell him.
Well, I'm going to tell him this first.
Okay.
So he calls ceasefire. Says no one's going to. It's a ceasefire. It's over. And then Iran sends missiles into Israel. And then Israel sends missiles back. And then the next day, Trump gets on and goes, so he called the ceasefire, they didn't do it. He goes, I don't know what's going on. These people are fighting. They've been fighting forever. What did he say exactly? He goes, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
And you just go, is that the president of the United States that just on the news in a press thing just said they don't know what the fuck they're doing about two of the most like vicious fighting countries forever? Like,
You're
what?
messing with World War III.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
what he fucking. That's
he
basically
told
what he did.
Zelensky that you
don't have the
You don't have the cards. So he met with Zelensky today, by the way.
I know
And Zelensky handled it. I got to tell you, man, this Zelensky dude, I pray that this man makes it out of it. I pray that that Russia gets annihilated by him, because he is, with what he's dealing with, on top of his country being attacked for no reason, what he's dealing with this administration, that he's got a kid. He's just so good at kissing the guy's ass just enough to keep. He just doesn't fuck with him.
And also,
I wouldn't do it. Trump would come out, arrest him like he come out.
Yeah, that is some Buddha shit. I don't know how.
He is definitely some Gandhi warrior,
some fucking
peaceful warrior shit. You're exactly right. He's pretty amazing.
The Netanyahus know how to do it too, because after he was like peace, whatever. There's billboards of "Thank you, Mr. Trump" or President Trump, like in Tel Aviv.
Yeah, really.
Like they know exactly how to
Already
get Trump
made?
to do whatever they want.
Amazing.
Just kiss his ass.
So Iran was like, yeah, no.
So, here's so Prince said, no, we destroyed it. It's obliterated. It's never.
Yep.
It's over. And then the intelligence comes in and goes, guys,
there's a crack.
We may have closed the door. That's
we
just
delayed it for 2 to 3 months.
They said we closed the door. They just got to dig another hole.
Yeah.
basically, to get to what they have. So they have all that. They probably moved all the nuclear material before, because Trump said, I'm going to make a decision in 2 weeks. So, they were like, this guy. I don't like that Trump thinks he's slick. And here's how I know that what Trump said happened didn't. Because the Iranians made a statement and they said, and I brought it up in the Armageddon update, don't know yet, our nuclear program is destroyed. It's over. He's done a lot of bad damage. Poof. Yeah, no more. We don't have. So when the Iranians, who are really, really good about like throwing their balls on the table and fucking saber rattling, say, no, he got us, damn well that it's just more bullshit. So we are in a bad situation, and the good news is the people in the Middle East never hold a grudge for generations. Fuck.
So here's the thing: we have intelligence. He has made Tulsi Gabbard the director of national intelligence.
Oh, this is nuts.
But then, we'll get to that part. But then Tulsi Gabbard, his DNI says they aren't building nuclear weapons. He appointed her, and then he said she's wrong, and then blocked her from all meetings and from the Situation Room during.
He blocked her?
Yeah, she was. You notice the DNI was not in those pictures that they were all posing for. Yeah. They were trying to recreate the Bin Laden photos that are iconic now with Hillary and Obama. God. Clearly very stressed out. Obama's like not even in a suit. Of course, he's middle of the night. He's in a windbreaker. Cool. He's like this. Yeah. Trump is there. They're all in their suits. Hegseth has his little pocket square, hair in place, all trying to look very serious. Trump is wearing his merch, his giant red trucker hat that says "Make America Great Again."
His hair's so bad.
It's so embarrassing.
We have a president that is constantly whoring hats.
So Tulsi Gabbard,
I find that odd.
And gold sneakers.
Several different people that. It was so bad before she got appointed that she was put on the Quiet Skies program, which is a TSA watch list, meaning that anytime she traveled from then on, an air marshal had to be on the plane. They were monitoring her.
Right.
She met with Bashar al-Assad.
Wasn't there a thing during Biden where they said do not let Tulsi Gabbard even get near any kind of intelligence because she was Assad? She met with. She went to Iran. She did go to Iran. She was like really like considered a possible terrorist.
She's got the supervillain white streak. She's got a patch over her eye.
I go, she is.
She's got a claw hand.
She's a white cat. She's always petting a white cat. What is wrong with her?
Yeah. It was so bad that when she was nominated, Tim Burchett from Tennessee actually demanded answers from TSA about her. Like, so she was not.
No, she's
a good person. No. I sound like Trump. Bad. She's very bad. Not good. So they have now put her in charge of national intelligence, although he's not listening to her.
Which makes no sense.
I don't get it. And they stopped the Quiet Skies program altogether.
Got rid of it.
That's been done away with.
So they're not even tracking people who could be a threat.
Nope.
Do you know why? Here's why.
Was that a Doge cut?
So let's think macro. Let's think the big picture. Yeah. Let's go back to the 1980s. So when Trump started renting his and selling his apartment towers to Russian oligarchs, to rich Russians, right? Mm-hmm. So he'd done that from the early 80s on. Now in 87, he gets invited to go to Russia. He meets with Putin, young Putin, over there, and they become friends. He then does 2 or 3 beauty pageants there. Visited Russia numerous times. We had an agent come out that said that his code name is Agent Krasnov. He's literally been working for the Russian government. He is a Russian asset. So what if you were a Russian asset for that long? By the way, Don Jr. and Eric both said that we don't need to use banks anymore. A lot of our money is loaned to us by Russian money. You can find all this stuff.
Just to be clear, the Russians went to him. Like he didn't No. But Trump doesn't give a shit. He's money. That's all he gives a shit about.
Idiot.
He's a useful idiot, yes. So here's what happens. So they finance golf courses that the Russian money has been run through the buildings. If you remember correctly, they had to shut it down. When he first ran for president, Jared had a server that was directly connected to Russia. They had to shut it down. We had all that Russian investigation. So if you look at what's happening now, and you go, okay, let's just accept it that this guy was a Russian asset. Let's just for devil's advocate. If you were a Russian asset, what would you do? Well, you sure as fuck wouldn't make America stronger. Mm-hmm. You sure as fuck would start tearing it down. You'd put the most inept. He's got a 22-year-old kid, a 22-year-old child in charge of terrorism.
We've had several high-level national security exits since Trump got in office, including the head of the National Security Branch and the Counterterrorism Division at the FBI. He has, however, filled one position, and he filled that, the main hub for terrorism prevention, with Thomas Fugate. Thomas Fugate, is that how you say his name? He's 22.
Fugate is what I would say.
1 year out of college, no national security experience whatsoever.
Last job was?
He worked as a part-time clerk at the grocery store HEB.
What the fuck?
He also put on his LinkedIn page that he had lawn care work around my neighborhood.
That guy's in charge of the anti-terrorism division?
Because he was a super Trumper.
Is that what it is?
Correct. He had an internship during college at the Heritage Foundation. And apparently all of his leadership experience comes from being part of the Model United Nations Club.
In high school.
Yes.
That's what? That he was part of the Model UN. You know, where they do where they go have where
play act.
They play act and so that,
and we slow blink at this.
22.
So now you've got a guy. You've got a 22-year-old kid who worked at HEB, who packed groceries, is now running the counterterrorism division of our government. So and you got the president just bombed one of the biggest supporters of terrorism in the world. So when you look at it and you add it all up, you start to realize that he's doing nothing for us. He's doing nothing if anything, he's setting up all the, what else did they cut? Remember at the beginning, guys? He actually took down, we had a counter intelligence thing that was basically the cyberspace. Mm-hmm. That was basically a whole bunch of fuckers that were actually, they checked Russia all the time to make sure they weren't attacking our cyberspace. They dismantled it.
Hegseth
closed it. He put a guy who was a newscaster on Fox, wasn't even full-time, in charge of our military.
And everyone was like, you had no leaks this time. Great job.
Hey, man, you didn't tweet it out. He did. President did, but you didn't. Good job.
Domestic terrorism right now. Governor Josh Shapiro's house was set fire to.
We've had we have assassinations.
They shot 2 Democratic lawmakers, killed 2 people.
And what happened to that guy?
The killings of 2 employees of the Israeli embassy. This is all in the last 2 months. And that guy, Thomas.
Oh, I forgot about the Israeli embassy.
Is 22.
Hold on. Do you notice what's really weird?
Yes.
That we haven't heard shit about the guy that supposedly shot at Trump. And missed his ear because the ear doesn't have a scar on it. We haven't heard shit about this guy who assassinated the senator. Was it senator or representative? We haven't heard shit. It happens for like 2 days and it moves on. And I wonder, is it just by design to keep creating a new nightmare so we just forget all the nightmares? Because if we just listed it, it's unimaginable on the daily. Yeah. Like this shit would have taken down Obama in a day.
Imagine if Biden hired a fucking 21-year-old.
He's 22.
What the fuck? Fox News, the propaganda machine, would have just fucking hammered it every fucking day.
Yeah, but we don't even I was telling Ken yesterday. I said, here's my hopeful conspiracy. Now it's hopeful conspiracy hour. You ready? Since we did the ETA Election Truth Alliance podcasts, which guys, thanks for watching it. I hope you got something out of it. It was one of our highest watched things. There has been more investigations. The Rockland County, New York thing is moving forward. Someone else I just read today, scientist has looked at all the ETA's data and posted an article today about it. Said this is impossible. Mm-hmm. He said it's actually impossible.
There is a lot of movement beginning in social media about the anomalies in the election and that Rockland County thing. I've started sending him things. I sent him the craziest video yesterday.
I put it out. I looked it up.
Well, I said, "Go! Can you fact check?" I sent it to him and said, "Fact check this for me. Tell me, is this?"
I did. I researched it.
Holy shit.
So Palantir is working with another company, and basically that company deals with surge protection for voting machines. However, surge protections that's a plug, right? That's a plug with a switch. Yeah, that's a circuit, right? What is it? No, it's actually. So I did some research into it. They actually connect to the voting machines through two ways: Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable. And so now we've got that. We've got. There was a big thing. This is the one thing I couldn't find. Skylink supposedly had 265 other satellites go online the day or the day before election, but not connected to anything.
Oh, if you guys want to see this video, go to my Instagram, Ray Bradley, and just hit me up, send me a message, and I will send it to you because holy shit, we're way ahead of this. If you have trouble sleeping, and you're
after
also
this
worried,
podcast, you're going to have way more trouble sleeping.
We haven't even scratched the surface. If you're also worried about, well, maybe not worried. Some of us are encouraged by this idea of being locked in your house again for an extended period of time.
Because of the fallout?
This episode brought to you by Helix mattress. Love this mattress. I have to tell you, Helix, it's very interesting to me. It's a little bit different than I've ever tried before.
It's like a loving hug. I look forward to it. I used to like it.
So we have ours at the house. And then
the coolest thing about the one we have at the house is, and I've never seen this before, so it's always magic when you open one up and how it goes from something. Yeah. Oh, you scared the buddy. And he's deaf, and he heard that. It's that this one has a memory foam pillow top, the one that we have, and that comes separately shrink wrapped. And then when we opened that expanded, and then there's it's really well made. That zipper top of the mattress, and you slide that in and then zip it shut. And now the mattress is like this thick. Yeah. And it's got memory foam on top. I've never seen that before. Helix is I've seen people with memory foam on top, but to have it be part of it, to engineer it so it's part of it, so it doesn't slide, doesn't move. Incredibly comfortable.
It doesn't feel like what a memory foam mattress usually is, which is just like
concrete,
like fucking like hard pudding or whatever.
This
just like a block.
Is like sinking into heaven or something. I don't know how to describe it. You just have to get one to try it.
If you slept on Cool Whip with a sheet over it,
what do you notice? Do you stay asleep more?
Yep.
You don't sleep
solid.
as hot.
Oh, his back. He came in after he got it. He was like, my back doesn't hurt. Yeah, because whatever.
Get in your microphone. We can't.
Oh, his back. He came in and his back was like. He just started talking about, my back doesn't hurt. Like, how good. Here's how good it is. When you come in noticing you feel good, we don't notice we feel good. We notice when we feel bad.
Yeah.
But he was like, no. I didn't know I could feel good.
Yeah. Why am I all of a sudden weirdly in a good mood?
Exactly.
What happened?
So you got to try it. Go to helixsleep.com/Titus. Right now, they're going to, it's exclusive for listeners of Titus Podcast. It is 27% off site-wide 4th of July sale, best offer that you can get. And we also have some of their pillows, and those are pretty stupid too. So they have like a couple other things. Just go to the website and check it out. helixsleep.com/Titus. You'll get 27% off the entire website.
That's a nice chunk.
That's a nice chunk.
Interesting point. 27%.
Yeah, I know.
25. Are you out of your mind? 29. You don't get crazy.
27 and a half.
Our
data shows
it was some weird number. That's a weird number.
That's a very Dennis.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff going on, that we cannot possibly.
Let's do a lightning round.
I don't want to do a lightning round.
Come
That's
on.
Too stressful. I just wanted to talk about this girl, Adriana Smith, really quickly.
Okay.
She's in Georgia, of course. She was declared brain dead after a medical emergency because of these new laws that Georgia and Texas and other places like that have.
Places that California supports with their $83 billion extra.
This happened in February. That was a long time ago. They said that she had to be kept on life support. She was brain dead, to allow the fetus to develop to a viable age so that they could then cut her open and take the baby out. So her parents were taking care of her 7-year-old daughter and going to the hospital where their brain dead 31-year-old nurse daughter is basically just a baby incubator, even though she won't be there. And if you think about Oh, praise God. Wendy just got out of surgery.
Good. Friend of ours is in surgery.
Yeah.
That was quick. A lot quicker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, they did. Wow. So 30 years old, she was a nurse. She already had a 7-year-old. She had a medical emergency, declared brain dead, and Georgia has kept her on life support. They did an emergency C-section. I saw a nurse on Instagram say that was actually an autopsy that they did. Stop trying to make it sound better than it is. So
this is fucking brutal, evil. Like wait. So
she was only 21 weeks pregnant when she was declared brain dead, and they kept that baby alive.
She could. So now this wasn't a viable fetus at that time. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. It wasn't a viable fetus. They kept this basically dead woman alive.
Yes.
As a
animated,
so the baby could grow. Well, she's not working right and not getting the right nutrition. So
the family was told that the fetus, now named Chance, had fluid on his brain, and that doctors were concerned about his potential health issues, including blindness and mobility problems, which is why they ended up doing an emergency C-section to cut him out of her. Yes. Because how healthy is that for that baby to grow from 21 weeks on?
And somebody not moving, no health, not
eating
wrong
food.
nutrition.
Yes.
This is Frankenstein shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's Frankenstein shit. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So now the baby, because it's developing in a place that's not ideal for a baby to develop in, that this baby's not going to be okay as a human. In a sense, it's going to have disabilities in some way,
we don't know yet. But at that time, they thought they needed to cut him out because it looked like that.
Does anyone else see this as some sort of horror movie? This is like Saw 6 Republicans.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Why are they so have such a weird obsession with babies?
Oh, no,
but then when it comes time after a school shooting,
they don't care.
They don't give a shit. It doesn't
Carlin did a great bit about it, but I'll tell you this, man. You can't claim to be pro-life because there's something that we're missing. And I for years I've thought this. What are we missing about the pro-life thing? Because when it comes to 13 kids getting shot by the AR, getting torn apart in a school, they don't seem to have a fucking problem with that. If anything, they'll fight against it. But when it's some woman who basically they can tell the baby has Downs or whatever, and she's like, I want to, we don't want the baby to go through this, and I don't want to have to go through this, and the family's going to go through this. And what is it? What are we missing?
Is it some twisted God's will thing?
Is there a business though? Is there a business we don't know about? Because they only the Republicans only do things for money. They only do things when they can make money. So what is the business? What is the business that we're missing?
I guess I'm confused too, because they are racist.
100%.
But this was a black girl. And these laws that they've enacted affect brown people, black people, white people. I mean, it's
I think they have a hierarchy of things that they'll checklist, preferred.
So babies first.
Babies first.
Okay.
Then race second.
Kill brown and black people second.
Yes.
Okay.
Then deport people. Well, deport people.
Speaking of which, the Supreme Court, which he stacked, ruled yesterday that they can deport people to third world countries, to random arbitrary third countries.
Citizens too, they said, right?
No, it was just.
You sure? Just illegal? You sure?
Oh yeah, they're not going to say that out loud yet. Let me go. I'll find the ruling. But yeah.
So he stacked the Supreme Court. We just knew he was never going to come back. So we think I despair, as Mom would say. I despair.
My mom used to say, I despair.
LAPD was blocking ICE. Okay, so let's look at some of these
now
things.
There's some
Dodger
fighting
Stadium?
back.
Yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then Dodgers went and donated $1 million.
Nice. Firefighters are also blocking ICE.
tow truck drivers are following them
and towing their vehicles
and moving their cars
because they're parked illegally.
In Pasadena? The people were protesting all night. They would do overnight
at the hotel
with cowbells and at the hotel where ICE was staying, because they brought in a lot of these what are largely HSI agents, and so they are sleeping at the Hilton, and people are out there with band instruments, cowbells, megaphone all night. So the hotel has just asked them to leave, the ICE agent. So they had to go.
You guys gotta go.
But you see them getting angrier too. And so I don't know. It's a pressure cooker.
But at what?
So Supreme Court majority, what they did was they cleared the way for Trump administration to resume deportation of migrants to third countries without additional due process requirements. They didn't explain the decision.
Without any due process or additional?
This was a ruling by a district court judge that said they couldn't do it, that stopped it. They released that pause with no explanation.
Do you realize the gang of evil it takes to make all this happen in a country of 330 million people? So now you've got what, 5 or 6 people on the Supreme Court that are okaying the evil. You've got Stephen Miller, you've got Bannon, you've got all these fucking people around Trump who are, promoting evil and getting this shit done. And then you've got all the voters that voted for Trump that are like fine with it. Yep. By the way, at this point, if you can't look at what this guy has done, because he's done nothing. Prices are up, gas is up. He said he wasn't getting us into wars. We're fucking in wars like crazy. If you can look at him now and still say, that's my guy, then you just have to face that you're racist. You just have to face that you're racist and anti-American, because this is the same shit the Nazis did. If you know history, look it up. I'm not making any of it up. This is what the Nazis did. Grab people off the streets and disappeared them. They sent them to other countries. They put them in camps. Right now, that supposedly today they arrested 500 workers on a construction job and just put them Texas and just put them in detention. Yeah. So nothing's getting built. Wow. Nothing's getting built. Nothing's getting fixed.
How is this helping the economy?
How are we going to get fruit and vegetables?
We're not.
To the
strawberries
rest of
are going to be $35.
I can assure you guys, Gavin is going to. The first step will be to just keep it here.
Oh yeah,
it'll stop going out.
Yeah,
but we don't have ICE was on strawberry fields last week.
Yeah, fucking tackling. Oxnard. They're fucking reliving their high school years. These fucking doughboys.
They are, man. But
speaking of healthy food like strawberries, this episode brought to you by Huel, the black
human fuel,
black addiction, ready to drink.
Black
bottle.
Addition, not
That's
addiction. You
addition.
said black, you said addiction.
Well, my brain said addition.
Oh, good. Well, I heard your brain.
Thank you. No, my brain said addition. You heard.
Ken had a great idea with this. So I drink the Huel all the time if I want a quick meal, get going.
Because you can grab and go. You don't have time to make a meal in the morning. Plus, my brain doesn't work that early. You can just grab this and get out the dough.
But Genius over here goes, hey man, I use that Huel in my coffee and it's awesome. And so now you get, instead of creamer, you get like a little protein bump in your coffee. That's what I use it for now.
I mean, to be honest, like I'm still moving and my kitchen is a mess. So I just kind of bumped
your
into
whole
things.
house is a horrible
and it
mess.
came together and you were like,
hey, I don't know how you're getting through.
It is not a coffee creamer. It is actually.
It's a meal. It's a meal in a bottle.
It is actually a complete meal. It has all the nutrients that you need to thrive, 27 vitamins and minerals. The macros on it are absolutely insane. What is it? It's 35 grams of protein in this one bottle that tastes good. I actually told my dad
it doesn't taste grainy. It doesn't have that grainy taste. It doesn't have that weird protein taste at all. It's just good.
My dad, there's a bunch of flavors.
I thought of actually blending with ice. Like, cause
that would be
outside,
good.
just like pouring one in.
Oh, I could do that. I can try that tomorrow.
Yep.
I thought about this for my dad because he's 82 and when he was in the hospital last, they told him to drink Ensure. And I was like, no, that does not have what you need in it. No. So I told him I was going to send him a case of this, and I think he'll love it. I think my dad will be all about it. And some of the flavors, if my dad thinks
put some weight back on
something's not good for him, he's going to eat it, and he doesn't know this is really good for him. So it's a perfectly balanced meal, gives your body all the nutrients that it needs. No prep, no cooking. That's the best part of it. You can actually eat this breakfast while you're in traffic going to work. So you get 15% off for new customers using promo code Titus.
Could order another case of it.
Yeah, we do. But you got to go pick your flavors. See the description for terms and conditions on the website. You can skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition bottled. You'll get 15% off. Exclusive offer for new customers using promo code Titus at HUEL.com.
Human fuel.
Save time and money, man.
I love that we do. Listen, guys, we don't charge a Patreon. We don't ask for any you guys to donate to us or anything. We do the ads because that keeps us going. And I will tell you this: I have rules about it, and much to her chagrin, sometimes we have to use the product. We have to like it. I've got my Vessi shoes on right now. I drink Huel all the time. I like all the stuff we're talking about. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm never like, oh, gotta get it ready to talk shit about this.
Right. It's not like we're like a NASCAR suit. It's like stuff we actually really love.
Ted just said, all went well, just waiting to hear her sassy ass.
Oh, good.
I said, I'm sure she redecorated the operating room.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell, speaking of the party of Christianity and
corpses.
And brain dead.
Yeah. He just locked up. Man, I've never seen anything like that before. That was the weirdest thing to just say.
That was so weird. And then do you remember the weird, just keep holding that, the weird black and blue bruises he had? It was so
Man
weird.
Camera TV.
And someone had to grab him and turn him.
Yeah.
He said today, I know a lot of us are hearing back from people back home about Medicaid, but they'll get over it. That was his
They'll get under it.
I'm sorry, what?
They'll get over it.
McConnell said
about
that?
Medicaid. I heard this on the way over
so
here.
So here's where we are, and I don't understand why we are taken to the streets in some cases, but it's not crazy. They're taking our health care. They're trying to take Social Security. They're making it so they took away any kind of international aid, so we have kids starving worldwide. They've cut all cancer research. They want to cut all the they killed the vaccine, whatever the thing that watches vaccines and like takes care. They killed that.
The FDA.
The
health mandated health reporting.
The weather service. So now basically we're playing death roulette now with weather. Like Lake Tahoe. Did you see what happened with Lake Tahoe this week? Thunderstorm came in and killed 9 people. So what's happening is that they're dismantling. Now I go back to what I said. If you wanted the American democracy experiment to fail, you would have a Russian asset come in here as the leader and fuck it up, and that's what he did. Also, Elon Musk on the phone with Putin all the time, even said it. I don't think you guys understand, but this is going to be one of those things that if we survive it, that is going to be like the Kennedy assassination, and it's never going to go away. God, did you see what he said about? He said that his attack was just like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I was like, dude.
He's just trying to get himself a Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. He said it's just as important. He wants
a Nobel Peace Prize for starting a war.
Yes.
It does. Did you understand? You don't like. How do you not know what the word peace means?
He alone, the fat orange casino failure,
the daddy's peace,
money, bankrupt boob, the guy, the porn star guy who we laughed at for years. We roasted on Comedy Central. He was such a joke. There were memes about him. It was like he was our American embarrassment. That's the guy that's going to bring about peace in the Middle East.
1,200 years before Christ. He said, hey, they know what the fuck they're doing. That's that. By the way, no one's ever taken that approach.
Guy,
no one's ever taken
this is the guy that tried to run the time before and said, bomb the fuck out of them. That's how I deal with it. And he got laughed at so horribly, he had to pull from the race.
Which great to watch him with world leaders now, like in the same room. When you ever see video with him, world leaders, you can see the world leaders dealing with them like I deal with people when I was married to my ex-wife with her family. You can just seem like, oh, this fucking guy.
There's a clip of, I don't know, the Prime Minister
hate his guts.
Just eye rolling towards him, just like, oh, this fucking guy.
So we're also, not to stress you out anymore.
Yeah, we're well beyond
Social Security is now
Social Security
estimated to run out in 2034. which is 9 years away. It's now moved up a year from when first projected last year.
Wait. So that's how bad he's fucking things up?
Over 73 million people benefit from Social Security, but nobody's talking about this because there's so much else going on.
But that's what he does. He diverts everything. Could you, do me a favor, bring up the big, beautiful bill.
I'm just going to, big, beautiful bill, which we're not calling it because
the big bullshit bill.
Can everybody just quit being that word that we can't say anymore? Like we're not going to talk like he does. Fox News did a poll on that bullshit bill today, and 38% support it. 62% of Fox News people are against it.
That's not 62% of the population. That's 62% of hardcore Fox Republicans.
So Social Security, the issue being, for example, roughly 40% of retirees and at least 90% of the income for 1 in 7 retirees. That's what Social Security provides. Trump, with his mass deportations, the thing that everybody thinks is so great, except you're not going to have food. They will reduce our workforce that pays into Social Security, including undocumented immigrants who paid billions into Social Security.
Hold on. Guys.
And don't get benefits.
Here's the number. Every 10 years, undocumented immigrants and immigrants, period, bring in $7 trillion to the economy and $1 trillion in taxes. He's getting rid of that. And
so when they come here, they get assigned a number, their Social Security number, so that they can pay taxes, but they can't ever benefit.
Right. So they fund Social Security.
Yeah, but you see the lie,
also because he's reduced that workforce as he's kicking these people out, like the guy working at IHOP,
the dollar drops,
Rosa or whatever. Yes, but also his tariff policies increase inflation. It's already Jerome Powell.
Jerome
the
Powell.
Guy he said was stupid.
He basically
the guy he appointed.
Now he says stupid because he won't drop interest rates. Well, he can't drop interest rates because nobody knows what the fuck is happening. Because on a daily basis, he puts tariffs off, takes tariff off. He's the hokey pokey of tariffs. You put your tariffs in, you take your tariffs out, you take your tariffs in.
And can we fucking just point out that Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer gotta go? We've become so complacent, have such a soft, these programs.
Yeah.
They have to be fought for. They were fought for, which is why we had them. Social Security and other.
You have to do what Gavin does. You have to get up and go, these guys are fucking criminals.
You got to
This is the same shit the Nazis did. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Do you understand by getting rid of good Americans like these people, like this guy that beat the shit out of other, who raised 3 Marines? Mm-hmm. That we are fucking, and not only just fucking our country, we are literally fucking the founding tenant of our country. Yes. The entire country was found by immigrants, and you're getting rid of them? Motherfucker, your mother was an immigrant. Your grandfather chicken shitted out of the war in Germany. Mm-hmm. He chicken shitted out of the war in Germany, came here, started a whorehouse, tried to go back to Germany. They said, you bailed on the military. Go back to America. His dad was in the KKK. Fuck that you have the balls to call yourself an American, and you've been dealing with Putin and the Russians since the 80s. What the fuck?
Dude, it's like
this is what we need. We need someone like that. We need someone who has the balls to stand up.
His wife, she talk like this. I don't know why we... Also, I said to him yesterday, how come we not see people that look like Melania being deported and thrown on their faces in the street? Why we not see this?
How come we're not showing up to Starbucks and beating the shit out of all the guys in tracksuits, all the Russian dudes in tracksuits that are obviously illegal?
600,000 to 700,000 Armenians and 800,000 Russian immigrants in LA. Why are we only seeing
brown people? Yeah. So we're not. So all the people and the Russian mob is here. So we're not arresting them. Mm-hmm. We're not getting rid of them. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if it's the guy who knew Russia and really did business with the Russian mob for years. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, or is it just a coincidence? I wonder why we have all these Armenian immigrants that are just coming in. They're not. Can't all of them be legal? How come we're not arresting them?
Or at their immigration hearings when they're trying to become legal?
Yeah. How come we're not? By the way, again, I want to point this out, guys. You Republicans said this. We don't mind immigrants. We just want you to be legal. These people were showing up to their hearings legally in court on time, like they were supposed to with their paperwork. And you're watching them be yanked out into the street, beaten, and sent to a country they didn't come from. what the fuck is happening in my country right now?
Pick up the gun. It's that.
Yeah.
Basically,
I don't want to pick it up, mister. I don't want to pick it up.
Basically, what we're doing is equalizing. And that's a new word I just came up with.
Oh, by the way, you also
That's a
came
direct
with
quote.
Groceries. What did he say?
About
Oh,
tariffs
equalize- yeah,
and trade
tariffs.
policies. Basically, what we're doing is equalizing. That's a new word I came up with.
Oh, yeah.
He invented a new word that's been in the dictionary. Oh, I don't, and the dumbest, it's like when they did Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And by the way, the way we got to play it, we're going to put it, the way he says Nagasaki is hilarious. he goes, it's like, I shouldn't compare it to this, but it's kind of like, and then he compares it to it. It's like, when they hear Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the way it sounds, like, what are you doing?
Caroline Levitt also said, nobody knows what it means to accomplish peace through strength better than President Trump. He is the one who came up with that motto.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That goes back to ancient Rome.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't
It
that the
literally
fucking
goes
prologue
back
in
to
War
Peace
and
through
Peace?
strength. It's nearly 2 millennia old, but she said that,
You know what he did? He surrounded himself with people as dumb or dumber than him. And then there's a few people that are way smarter than him, and they're using him. And
century
you can see
Roman
him.
emperor, you're right.
Yeah, it's fucking ancient Rome. That shit came from ancient Rome. Peace through strength, ancient Rome. Yeah, I came up with that. You fucking moron.
First Marcus
Equalizing.
Aurelius.
It's a word I just made up.
Groceries. It's a beautiful word. Not many people use it. It's an old time word.
While talking about immigration, he said the caravan. I made up that name too.
The word caravan?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Which dates back to the 1500s.
But not only that, but we've been talking about the caravans in this country for the last 10 years pretty much daily. He said he made it up. What the fuck?
This is just fun. He was talking with journalists from The Economist and explained that he was cutting taxes despite a growing budget deficit because we have to prime the pump. And before they could answer, he said, have you heard that expression before for this particular type of event? Have you heard that used before? Because I haven't heard it. I mean, I came up with it a couple of days ago, and I thought it was pretty good.
What the fucking
Prime
Kim
the pump.
Jong-un shit is this?
He claims
that he invents
That is
words.
very Kim Jong-un, you're right, yeah. Equalizing. I think Queen Latifah and Denzel would like a word.
Can you imagine?
There's a fucking movie called The Equalizer.
3 of them.
And a TV show.
TV show.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to be filming my special where I will make up lots of words. October 25th.
Well, you invented so many new words that no one's
but
ever
you have
heard.
to come.
Yeah.
The likes of which no one has ever seen.
You
have to come there to see me make up those words. So
what
that
day is
you
this
can-
again? October 25th?
Saturday, October 25th.
Yep.
2 shows, 6:30 and 8:45.
This week, by the way, guys, we're going to be in Plano, Texas, at Mic Drop Comedy Club. Mic Drop Comedy, by the way, is really
super sweet.
It's like someone took the comedy concept and took it to a whole new level, man.
Casey and Casey.
It's Casey and Casey. And then
Sunday, so Friday and Saturday, Plano Mic Drop Comedy Club, and then Sunday we will be at OKC Bricktown. We will be back in Oklahoma City. The last time we were there was
awesome.
A benchmark.
It was definitely memorable.
Where am I going to be? Oh, so I'm picking up headlining dates so that I forgot to tell you guys this last week so that you can help me get ready for the special taping. And then if you can't make it out, you can come see me do the whole show in Tulsa, September 10th. Louisville, September 24th. You have to come just because I know how to say it. And then October 8th, Spokane. So
what we did was we actually added on. I'll be there the other night. So we made sure we added. Race too good, anyways. But we added dates on so she can do the whole show. Come see Beauty for Ashes. I gotta tell you, man. From the day she started riffing this on stage, we were in Austin the first night she did it, and she was just like, I don't want to do my own material. I don't want to do my own material.
Stagger doing my old material.
And then she got up in Austin, and she goes, what if I suck? You
said riff because I hadn't written it yet.
Yeah, I said they're coming to see me anyway. I said, you know the stories, just tell the stories. And so she got a standing ovation opening. She also knew stuff she didn't. She did it another night. She broke some more of it in Chicago. Same thing happened.
Awesome that night.
Yeah, you were mad.
I was mad because we had just lost Abbott, and on Christmas Eve, and I was over the world and over life. Boy, I didn't know what we were in for.
Yeah, right.
And
I look back
in
on
many
those
ways.
Those were the salad days,
Yeah.
actually.
And so I just wanted to say something. So September 10th, Bricktown in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Louisville Comedy Club, September 24th, and Spokane Comedy Club, October 8th.
I want to thank everybody in Hawaii. I went to Honolulu last week and I did the Hawaii theater. It was great, man.
To hang out with a hairless cat in a baby stroller.
Just such a smart audience, man. And it's so great to be like I love doing shows anywhere, but depending on where you go, you know, this performing reps. Sometimes you get audiences that are just into it.
Yeah.
And they were so great. I got a standing ovation in Hawaii. Doomed to Repeat is getting to the place where it's becoming a motherfucker. It's especially if you don't like what's going on in the world right now. I don't go at it. It's not like Armageddon at all. It's different. The way I did it is different, and it makes all the points we need to make in our society right now. Because holy shit, and ridiculously funny. Do you like it?
I love it.
This one is it's good, and the ending bit about immigration is I'm very proud of. Very proud of. My family's been here 400 years, guys, and again. We don't own anything.
Kind of astonishing. Yeah, not.
Yeah. There's no Titus Bank.
No.
There's no Titus anything.
There's a Titusville, Florida.
Good for you. Yeah, but even that's true. That is my family. My family did start Titusville, Florida, and I apologize.
It's actually true. He looked it up.
Yeah, it's actually true.
We own all the mountains. The Highlands. Okay?
Yeah.
All of them.
I think somebody lied to you.
I don't think you meant what you said.
No, Ken, we own everything that you can't
Greenland
do anything with.
By the way, he stopped talking about. Why do you stop talking about Greenland?
Because it's always just a deflection. It's always him distracting from something that he doesn't want us to
one last
see.
question before you read this. Where are the Epstein files? Can we please have the Epstein files? Where are the Epstein files? You said you were going to release the Epstein files.
Speaking of the Epstein files, you guys have to say, we called it here first. Defense yesterday, so prosecution rested in Diddy's trial. Within 28 minutes, defense rested. They called no witnesses.
They
just
no
rested.
witnesses. They basically had a barrage of people saying he's abusive, drug addict, horror. Yep. They said, "No, we rest. We're not going to have." And he wouldn't take the stand. Do you know what that means?
Oh, well, usually he wouldn't. I mean, that would be out of.
And by the way,
that would be dumb.
Since this trial started, we've seen picture after picture after picture of him and Donald Trump, our 34th time convicted president. I have a feeling I'm just going to bet. Anyone got bets on if Diddy gets acquitted, gets pardoned?
If he does, I'm taken to the streets. That's going to be my last straw.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't anymore. I need something to do. Happen, Somebody tell me what we can do.
Well, you know what's going to happen. Here's my prediction, and then we'll move on. My prediction is this summer is going to blow up. It's going to happen in August. Everything's coming to a head. If they pass this bill, I wanted you to tell me what's in the bill. We'll do it next week because they're trying to pass it before July 4th. They're going to rape the American economy. They're going to rape your healthcare. They're going to rape your Social Security. I think in August, we are going to see people in the streets. He is going to declare martial law. He's going to keep it in place. It's my prediction. He's going to keep it in place so the midterms can't happen.
Yeah, you would have to ask why last week he sent out 2,000 more Marines to LA. Guys, we're fine. There's nothing happening
here.
The Waymo car thing, that happened Saturday when we were in Phoenix 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And it was over as quickly as it began. And it was a couple of people that did that. And that was it. And then a week after, he's now moved 2,000 more troops here.
Yeah, he's placing them.
Yes.
Texas too.
Yes.
Governor Abbott brought in troops to Texas, to Austin specifically. So we are...
Oh, the progressive city?
We are in trouble.
Yeah.
And you guys need to know that there is a point... I'm good, man. I've done 10 comedy specials.
No.
I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
10 specials.
Why do you say that?
I'm good.
No.
Let's hark back to 2 years ago.
Okay.
And now...
Better days.
Don't say...
These are better days, baby.
Better days with a girl like you.
Yeah.
This was on this day. It's better.
Okay.
That time was better, but this day was not, because this was the debate where we had a president who definitely did the opposite of inventing words. He messed up a lot of words.
Yes, he did.
Was this the day of the Biden debate?
Yep. Yep. Biden falters as Trump unleashes falsehoods during the presidential debate. I did have one thing I wanted to note that's still relevant to now. Biden noted that almost all of Trump's former cabinet members, including former Vice President Mike Pence, have not endorsed his campaign. By, quote, they know him well. They serve with him. Why are they not endorsing him? Well, now we know.
Can we look something up? Didn't Biden just get done with COVID at that point? Didn't he just had COVID 2 weeks prior?
He was sick that night.
So and he's also old, and I get it, but I'll tell you this: give me a million times to make this choice. I will choose a good-hearted man who's old and forgets things once in a while over an evil prick that wants to make sure that everybody pays because his daddy treated him shitty when he was a kid.
If we could elect a dead Biden,
I would elect
and just carry that around.
So yeah, exactly.
I got my appointment order for my first case.
Hey, oh really?
Yes.
Hey now.
Oh, she's gonna.
The judge signed it.
Yeah, after it's funny. So Ray, you guys, this is about giving back. She is CASA. She helps kids, foster kids. She's a representative for foster kids, and she's been reading about her case. And as she got further into it, she's been saying that it's awesome.
Yep.
That's my
slow blink.
The slow blink and the smile, dude. When she does those. I'm like, I'm out. I just go. I'm going. I'm driving to the cabin. I'm out. I'm the F out. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Get my special. Carrion Monsters is out. Come see the new one, Doomed to Repeat. Listen, you can go watch Carrion Monsters. It's an hour and 40 minutes.
How much freaking fun will it be that you're doing Doomed to Repeat, which is getting standing ovations? Yep. I saw them in Phoenix. And in September and October, you can come see Beauty for Ashes on Wednesday and come see him on Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Mm-hmm. How fun. It'll be a whole Titus homecoming.
I think we're going to do some theaters this year where you do pretty much all of your show, and then we'll have to take a break, and then I'll do all of my show. You guys want to see a 2-headliner show? Because that's crazy.
You're going to need bathroom breaks.
And that's what we'll do in intermission.
Yeah, intermission.
We'll do an intermission.
Keep that bar open all 4 hours.
I'll bring a guitar.
Oh.
No.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks. Do me a favor. Get out in the world. Scream Sanity. A friend of mine, D.L. Hughley, was on TMZ. He was dealing with I watched it yesterday. I called him on it because D.L. called me out of the blue to say he really appreciated all our work here. And he said that you guys, so many comics are such, quote, pussies that won't have the balls to speak out against it. And I said, that's our job. Because exactly. Yes. So I'm on TMZ. He's dealing with this pro-Trump guy, he shredded this dude. And the funniest thing is, he goes, he's a racist. And the guy goes, hey, how's he racist? Tell me how he's racist. And he goes, he's renaming military bases after Confederate soldiers. And the guy goes, so what do you think about that? And the guy goes, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. What did you say? I was like, and I talked to Neil. I go, from
minority names that they were.
From minority names. From yes. So do me a favor, guys. Keep screaming Sanity. Keep loud, stay loud. Don't worry what people think because you're on the right side of history. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And for myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander, later.
Peace out.
Make a minute.
I do feel like we're doing something good. I don't know if it has an effect, but I do know that people are, I read the comments and the comments are like, thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
The comments said I don't read them, but he told me that the comments said I had plastic surgery.
No one. Who are we talking about?
But Christy Noem. So I just want to say thank you to whoever thought that.
And I was like, no, that's what she looks like.
I promise you will know. And I am going to get that shit. I am not going to age gracefully. Just one day you guys will tune in and I'll be like this and I will be so happy about it.
Me too.
I am for real.
I'm going to do it. Springsteen said something really amazing.
All about it.
In Rolling Stone interview, they said, how long are you going to go? He said, till the wheels come off. He goes, so there's not going to be any farewell tour? And he goes, no.
So let's
he's gonna go
the wheels come off.
1, 2, 3.
That would be epic. Let's all hope that I find Jane Fonda's surgeon and not Mickey Rourke's surgeon.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Still gonna try though.